You're watching the Manitoba Racing Network.
We are late model racing here at Red River Coop Speedway as we get ready for one of our last three races of the evening. Late model is one of the biggest car classes, one of the most expensive car classes here at the track. Total tonight, 13 cars making their way into the feature race. Let's roll through the lineup as we look at each one of the vehicles. Driving the number 14 tonight on the pole, he is George Balkin on his outside. He's the 55. Mike Martin, both newcomers to the class this year. Row 2 has the 11 of Troy Schill and this 5E of Shane Edgington. Row 3, it's the 88 of Paul Viert and the number 10 of Mike Balkin. Row 4, it's the 12S of Brad Sang. And on his outside, it's the 7W of Ricky Weiss. Row 5, we've got the 8 of Kevin Sexton and the 92C of Cord Allard. Row 6, it's the 9 of Walt Morris and the 2 of Bill Mooney. Row 7, all by his lonesome, it's the 71, Rick Fawcett. So we are just about ready to go here. They're getting one to green. 20 laps on the board. 13 cars. Pace truck now making its way off the field. And if you like late model racing, we've got plenty more coming up. In fact, on the 28th of August, we have the Winnipeg Free Press Can-Am Late Model Challenge Special. We'll see Super Trucks, Midwest Modifieds, and of course, the late models will be making an appearance that night. They're putting the pedal to the metal. We are racing late models here at the Speedway. Oh, Mike Balkin off the track early on. He's at the back now. So is the 55 of Martin. He's moving all the way back to the back of the pack. Oh, he manages to get it going again, and he's midway. George Balkin still your leader. Troy Schill driving the 11 car. He's close behind. Let's see how long George Balkin can hold on to that lead, because Schill is biting at his heels. Fastest time on the track, well, that looks like it's the 5E of Shane Edgington. Your leader, George Balkin. Schill's in second. Now Edgington is blazing by Schill. Edgington now has second spot. We've got a yellow flag. As they're going around turns 1 and 2, there you can see the number 9 of Walt Morris. He spun out on 1 and 2, so we'll get a restart. Now on the front stretch, you'll see Bill Mooney here in just a few seconds. Well, Mooney, of course, did not finish his heat race tonight. There he is right there on your screen. Mooney is back for the feature tonight. Started all the way in the back in the second last spot. But he had a ton of speed out there in his heat race. Let's see if he can make up some ground tonight. So the car's now getting back in order. They're still under a yellow caution here at the track. A class that is seeming pretty healthy here at the Speedway. 13 cars, Of course, an expensive class, so hard for some drivers to afford to move up to a class like this, much like the A-mods that race here. Not a cheap class to get into, but some nice numbers. Handful of Americans, of course, always make their way up here every single week. Troy Schill being one of them, Brad Sang, Stefan Snare, who's high on the points race. Well, he's not here tonight. And Dustin Strand, who's also not here, usually makes an appearance here at the Speedway. Car is now in order. Getting into a nice tight formation as they're going around turns 3 and 4. Como's already looking them over, so if everything is good, we're going green, and he's giving them a flag. We're racing here. Pedals to the middle, and late models are flying around the track. Going around turns 1 and 2. Balkin still your leader, and 2 cars spinning out. It's Walt Morris that gets a piece of the 71 car, and the 92C also gets into that one. And another car seems to hit the front stretch. Troy Schill. He's going to need a little work on the back end of his car this week. 3 laps done. We've still got a pile more to go. We've been on the track now for about 5.5 minutes, only 3 laps in. Normal race night, we'd be done by now if there wasn't any cautions. These cars can go around the track like nothing. 19.001 is the fastest time. It's the guy that's on the pole position, the guy that's been leading the way, driving the 14. That's George Balkin up in front. Just a hair off of breaking that 19 barrier. There's your fastest time on the track. It's George Balkin, 19.001, driving that 14 car tonight. They are 1 to green now. So we'll be racing here in just a few seconds. Balkin up front, Edgington and Veert, followed by Weiss and Sang, Martin and Sexton, Balkin again and Morris, Mooney, Allard, and Fawcett. Once again, thank you for joining us on the Manitoba Racing Network. Happy to have you on our broadcast. Watching our live stream from the dirt track. Cars flying around the track. We're back in action. Balkin still up in front, but Edgington making a play for the leaders. It's Balkin, Edgington, and now Sang gets under Veert a little bit. It's the 88 and the 12, and in 5th spot, Ricky Weiss driving the 7W. Sexton now, he's in 6th, followed by Martin, the other Balkin, Morris, And Cordell are having some problems near the back. He was coming off the track a little bit, gets back on. He's still racing. George Balkin in his rookie season of racing here at the Speedway, looking for his first win. Now, he's not a rookie at the Speedway. I should correct myself on that. He's a rookie in this class. He, of course, drove super trucks and super stocks in the past few years. Making the move to the big dogs, looking for a big win. This guy can drive, so fun watching him up front. Couple more races heating up in the back. That's Mike Balkin, and beside him it's Mike Martin. It's Mike and Mike. The 55 still, though, he manages to get back in front. The other Balkin, though, still your leader. Edgington trying to play catch-up. He's in second spot. Brad Sang in third, followed by Veert. 12 laps to go in this race. And now he's got some pressure. Edgington jumps past him. The 14 gives up his lead spot. He's in second now. Sang just a hair behind him. Sang's in third. Veert's in fourth. Weiss still in fifth. Now Sang's making his move on George Balkin. And Bill Mooney having a problem on the front stretch. We've got a yellow flag. Many of the drivers breaking that 19 barrier. Balkin, that's Mike Balkin. Shane Edgington, George Balkin, Ricky Weiss, all under 19 seconds. These cars are all fairly close in this one. After this, don't go anywhere. We've got the super trucks up next. While we're waiting, we're going to thank some of our many sponsors here on the Manitoba Racing Network.
This video production is sponsored in part by Inferno's Bistro, located in the heart of St. Boniface, and Inferno's on Academy, Winnipeg's hottest restaurant and lounge. Check us out at infernosbistro.com and infernosonacademy.com. A special thanks to some of our many sponsors, including Murray Cozy Trucking Limited, with 28 years of experience and Canadian owned and operated. Honesty, integrity, and loyalty are important. You can be confident when you cozy up with us. Check out our website at www.murraycozytrucking.ca.
Como once again looking them over. We're going to go back to racing here in just a second. He's giving them a green flag. We're racing here. 11 laps to go on the Pepsi board. Edgington, your leader. Sang now is in second. Weiss moved up to third. He jumps past Balkin. Brad Sang, Ricky Weiss, door to door for a second. Weiss now is in second spot. He's looking down the barrel and aiming for that 5E. Shane Edgington, your leader. 10 laps to go. We go around the turn. We'll be down to 9. And Sang now back into second spot, but he gives it right back to Ricky Weiss. Wow, that was a quick little move back and forth. Weiss in second, and he's getting closer to that 5E of Shane Edgington. Now Balkin and Balkin are rubbing doors. It's the 14 and the 10 at the bottom of your screen. Mike gets past George, who's done so well in this race. That restart did not help him. Some big changes in this race. Just a few laps ago, Paul Veert was all the way up fourth. He's moved all the way back now. He's in seventh. Mike Martin now launches past the 14 of George Balkin. Ricky Weiss now your leader. 7 laps to go. Weiss, Edgington. Sang, though, still staying close for second spot. He wants to get past Edgington. Looking for some room. In the top 4 now, it's Mike Balkin. Balkin started the race in 6th. He was far back because of the restarter at the very beginning. 5 laps to go for your leader. A great start to this race if you're George Balkin. These cars are flying around the track. Your leader, Ricky Weiss. 3 to go. His lead's pretty comfortable now. Shane Edgington still holding on to 2nd spot. About a 1/10 of a lap behind him. Rest of the pack, though, is kind of spread out. Not much to see here. The race for 2nd, though, is still pretty good. Weiss is getting the white flag. He's got 1 to go. The main part of your screen, that's the race for 2nd. Your leader on the bottom corner, that's Ricky Weiss. Ricky Weiss coming around turn 4. Looks like he's got this one in a wrap. He wins. The race for 2nd, it's all Shane Edgington, followed by Brad Sang. Mike Balkin finishes up in 4th spot. Mike Martin in 5th, good finish for him. George Balkin 6th, Paul Veert 7th, Sexton 8th, Morris 9th. Rick Fawcett finishes up in 10th, Cord Allard 11th, Mooney 12th, and Troy Shell. Well, he finished up in 13th spot. Well, he hasn't been here in a few weeks, but he is back tonight, and he did quite well driving that 7W, the Derek Sandblasting late model. That is Ricky Weiss. We're going to throw it down to Darren Palin with an interview with our winner.
All right, well, Ricky Weiss, there he is. How about a hand for him, Ricky Weiss, in the Derek Sandblasting New Vision Graphics, IBAC Springs, AIE Communications, Bell 7W. Another great big race win here tonight at Red River Co-op Speedway. SMS Equipment, and of course, Weiser's bringing you the action tonight. Ricky Weiss, you just came off a huge Challenge Series win. You're a 2-time Wazota National Champion. What's next for Ricky Weiss?
We're going to finish the year off running for national points. We're leading right now, and just got to keep doing what we're doing. I'd like to apologize to Cord. I know he comes to me for advice, and I gave him a lot of advice on this track, and I pulled out on the track, and I went, uh-oh. My car worked good. I mean, we got a momentum car. I'm sure he struggled a little on what I told him, but hopefully again better for next week.
All right, how about it for Ricky Weiss, ladies and gentlemen? A great job here. And here we got a trophy for you, pal. Tim Johnson, our official photographer, coming down with Greg McKee from SMS Equipment to present the trophy to Ricky Weiss.
Well, congratulations to Ricky and his crew. Boy, they get that car working well every racetrack, every night. And as Darren said,
A special thanks to some of our many sponsors, including Murray Cozy Trucking Limited. With 28 years of experience and Canadian owned and operated, honesty, integrity, and loyalty are important. You can be confident when you cozy up with us. Check out our website at www.murraycozytrucking.ca.
suddenly woke up and bingo, there he went. In any case,
For more great videos on racing, check out the Manitoba Racing Network at www.manitobaracing.network.com.